What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Cringe. It's a do spaghetti, and today we're going to have a unique kind of stream that I want to try out. It's a concept I call D&Cringe, where we will get to experience what it's like playing role-playing games, and each different stream will be like a session zero. A session zero is like for complete beginners, and I'm also learning too, so it's going to be kind of like a cringy type of stream, like more cringy than normal, but I'm pretty nervous about this. I'm very nervous, I'm excited, and I hope that you guys will have fun participating. A lot of the things that's gave me this idea was because a lot of people are new and curious, and they want to learn and know a lot about what it's like to what are these role-playing games, what is this D&D that everyone's always talking about. And there's a lot of like content out there that explains like the rules, the books, there's like book reviews and stuff like that, and then it's up to the person who's interested to hopefully have the inspiration and the energy to want to learn, not on top of that reading the pages and pages upon the knowledge, the arcana of role-playing games. But I was thinking, like, what would be a cool idea to help share, like a quicker way for people to just experience and see what the game's all about on a real-time basis, so we're all learning together. I think what's that motto I was thinking, the show don't tell. I was thinking like show and don't tell, so that way I think we could get the information across a lot quicker, I think. And plus, I think this is a lot more funner. It'll be fun well, it's going to be fun for me, but I hope it's going to be fun for you too. Hey, Hex! Hey, welcome, Meowie. Thanks for popping meow meow, you little stinker. You little stinker. And thanks for popping in there, Hex. Hope everyone's having a great mornings and stuff like that. Right, so I'm getting the game set up right now while we're hanging out here in the pumpkin patch. As you guys can tell, it is the Hallows Eve, and I hope everyone is getting ready for the tricks and the treats, and you have your cosplays ready. And for all you cultists out there, I hope this month you're able to call Cthulhu. I hope you're able to call Cthulhu, or even like a little bit of an aspect of Call of Cthulhu, guys. So for all you cultists out there, trying to like bring the elder gods to manifest the elder gods. I wish you guys luck. Good luck, everybody. Good luck, you guys. All right. So how's everyone's week going so far? I'm just setting up everything. It's going to be quite interesting because I'm using an application called Roll20, and I don't know, it's like I can't capture separate things within the app to separate it, so that way it's much easier to change the scenes. So it's gonna be this is gonna be, like I said, this is my first time trying this, and I'm pretty excited. It's gonna be kind of cringy and stuff. All right, guys. All right, everybody. Let's get into the game room. Let's get into the game room. All right, guys, here we are. You've been all right. I actually just spent a good chunk of my morning making a map. Whoa, you have a map maker? Oh, I don't have a map maker. Oh, you have a map maker? Wait, let me snooze this. Oh, you have a map maker. I didn't know. I've been trying to like find a good map maker, but I've been just, hello, I'm lazy. So I have to, just get, I just grab a nice map I could use, and then I just slide it into my Roll20 app. All right, so guys, as you guys can tell, I don't even have background music, which is kind of crazy, guys. So this is, welcome everybody to the D&Cringe, Illwinter's floor plan generator. It's very basic, but it gets the jobs done. Yay! And it's cheaper. Okay, that's good. That's good. All right, guys. So hold on. Let me just make sure I got this going, because there's a lot of like things and tools for Roll20. So I'm using Roll20, and then there we go. All right. right, guys, welcome to D&Cringe. Welcome to the D&Cringe, where it's an idea that I have where I will do maybe like once a week. We'll do like a session zero, a beginner session zero for role-playing games. So today's stream, we're going to at least experience on a beginner level, both as me being a beginner doodle master and you as a chat where you'll be playing as a character, so we could all learn and experience what it's like to play the D&D, the D&D. And the edition I'm playing with is Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, guys. All right, so welcome to the D&Cringe. To the D&Cringe. I'm going to show you the character. So this is the character that you guys will be playing today. All right, guys, so let me pull up the character. Let me go here. Let me see. Give me 1 second. I'll pull up the character sheet. So chat will be playing a character named Chatunga Chak Chak. All right, so this is the character that you'll be playing, guys. Let me switch. So I'm using these tools. So that's right. For those of you who are new, I am using a application called Roll20. So it's free. And you know what? There's other apps, but this one seems to be the easiest for me because it's very intuitive, even though it's kind of complicated. You see all these tools here on the left. I mean, once you get used to it, you know, it takes a while to get used to it, but the learning curve is not really high. And, you know, you guys know me. I don't like doing my homework for my games. I don't like doing homework for my games. Right, so this is the D&Cringe. Right, so this is the character you guys will be playing. All right, so chat, you guys will be playing one of my favorite characters, Grung. This is the Grung. You know, and you guys know why. Would you guys know why? You guys know why I chose this these. Would you guys know why? What do you guys think the reason why I would choose this character for chat to play? What would you guys? Because it's a Papega. This is a Papega. Look, they actually have a character race in Dungeons and Dragons that is a Papega. You guys get to play Pepe. Right, so this is your character. You're the one in the middle. All right, so you play a little green a Grung. I would say they're like halfling size. They're like the size of, like, you know, a Hobbit, or you know, like a Bilbo or Frodo. They're like that size. Right, so this is their character sheet. Right, so I'm gonna show you your character sheet, guys. Right, so you play a rogue level 3, and you will have your statistics here. This is what it looks like when you play 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons, and this is the character sheet that you get to use in the game. This is the virtual one that I was able to have. It's part of the application for Roll20, but there's also like IRL physical character sheets. All right, so you guys are called Chatunga Chak Chak. You are a 3rd level rogue green Grung, and your subrace is Papega, and your creature type is frog. your creature type is frog. All right, so you have 11 strength, you have 16 dexterity, you have 14 in constitution, 12 in intelligence, 12 in wisdom, and 12 in charisma. Those statistics for your abilities will give you your bonuses. So strength, you have a 0. Dexterity, you have a +3. Constitution, you have like pluses. So you have pluses. Our best plus, chat, you have +3 in dexterity. So what does that mean? What type is that? Oh, I don't know what archetype. It says here on the sheet, it says subrace, and I thought to name it Papega. Creature type, I just put frog. You're a frog. Right, so this is your character right here. So I'll show you an example of the dice. All right, so this is what the dice. So this is what the dice is. Oh, the class. Oh, we're rogue. You guys are rogue. You guys are a rogue. Oh, they get an archetype? Oh, I didn't pick one. I didn't know. I didn't pick one. I just like filled up the sheet really quick. All right, so that's good to know. That's good to know. Oh, I'll show you what the dice look like, guys. Check this out. So the dice look like this. This is a D20. All right. This is when I roll 3d6. Pretty cool, huh? This is so pretty cool. I love this app, right? This is pretty cool. So this is, for example, if you want, if you do like your sword hits and does d6 damage. So I would roll this. So you did 1 point of damage, and if there's any bonuses. So this is an example of what the dice look like when they roll. So I have it comes with a dice roller, which is really cool, and it's a 3D. You get like 3D dice. So let's just say you're rolling with advantage. So rolling with advantage means you roll 2d20 and you take the higher roll. So it looks like this. All right, so you get a 18. You guys got an 18. Oh, wait a minute. I wonder why the dice is not showing on the thing. Oh, assassin. You're assassin, Hexa. Oh, yeah, I'll get back to that. Wait, hold on. Why is the other dice not showing? It rolled on the bottom. It rolled on the bottom of the... I'm not capturing... Wait, I don't think I'm capturing all of the stuffs. Wait, hold on. Let me adjust the capture really quick. Right, I hope I don't lose. Right, let's go here. Oh, the dice is off. So, you know what? The dice rolled on the bottom. Darn this, darn. Okay, wait, so let me try this again. We'll do 2d20 and... There, it rolls on the table. Okay, so there's a saying, even though we're not playing IRL together, that if the dice rolls off the table, it doesn't count. So technically, let's just say for hilarious sakes, that other d20 rolled off the 20, rolled off the table, so it doesn't count. Oh, so here, our character's this. All right, so this is your character. I tried to find an app where you guys could get access to the character sheet. So unfortunately, I couldn't find something where you guys could like look at it on your own. So if you guys want me to pull up the character sheet, just let me know. Okay, guys? All right, puppers. All right, so you guys, your main thing is you are expertise. So you are proficiency. You have a bonus is doubled for any ability checks that you use sleight of hand or using your thieves tools. You have a sneak attack. You get sneak attack. So once per turn, you could deal extra 2d6 damage if you have advantage on the attack. So how do you get advantage? Where you have to sneak up. You have to make a stealth check in order to sneak up on an opponent or a creature or an enemy or a monster, and they aren't able to sense where you are, and you're within range to either close combat, you could charge in, or you could shoot your bow with them. So you get that sneak attack bonus. Then you have cunning action. So what cunning action means is that you are quick thinking and your agility allows you to move and act quickly. So you get a bonus action on each of your turns in combat. So these are the actions you could use cunning action. So cunning action means you could take a dash, disengage, or hide. And then the pierre resistance, because you are a rogue assassin, you are the deadliest when you get the drop on your enemies. So you have advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken a turn in combat yet. So in addition, any hit you score against a creature that is surprised is a critical hit. Right? So we'll work on that together. And if you guys know more, for all you veteran players, help me out too. But for everyone who's also trying to learn, that takes effect when, let's just say, you have advantage on the attack roll. So you automatically get advantage on a creature that hasn't taken a turn in the combat yet. So if, let's just say, for example, you go third in your initiative, right? You're fighting 2 zombies. We go last. So the first zombie goes, the second zombie goes, and then we go. We don't get assassinate because both the 2 creatures, the 2 zombies, attacked ahead of us. But let's just say we go first, and then the zombie 1 goes second, zombie 2 goes third. So now we could choose assassination because since we go first, no, we are attacking a creature that hasn't taken a combat yet. So that's pretty cool. Right, here we go. And then we have, this is our equipment, right? We have 2 daggers, a short sword, short bow. We have 20 arrows. We have our thieves' tools, a burglar's pack, and we're wearing leather armor. And the languages we know is Chultan, Grung, and Thieves' Cant. And that's our thing. So we have proficiencies. We have a proficiency in dexterity, intelligence. We have acrobatics. We have athletics. We have deception. We have investigation. We have perception, sleight of hand, and stealth. So these are a lot of like skills, and I don't want to overload you guys with a whole bunch of them. So, you know, let me know, and I could pull up the character sheet if you guys are curious to see what you guys could get. But basically, you know, my thing is you could see that we are a Pepega, we are a green frog. You could kind of have some sort of like intuition, like what they would be good at, right? Like you could tell that, you know, frogs leap, right? You know that they depend on water. You know, maybe they might have bad eyesight and stuff, but you see our little guy here has a bow and arrow, and he looks like trouble. He looks like rascally trouble, guys. All right, looks like rascally trouble. Okay, so that's our character. And then we'll go back here. Right back to the D&Cringe. Okay, guys. All right, let's start. Let's start. All right, here we go. Yeah, so that helps. So hopefully that helps. If that you know what kind of rogue it is, Hex. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, everybody. Let's start our game. You guys ready? All right, here we go. Let me know if you guys are ready. You guys have any more questions? Or do you want to see the character sheet again? Or you want to see the character race that we have? All right, this is our guy. Like each different color, like there's the red grung, there's the yellow grung. They have like different, I think, tribal things or racial abilities and stuff like that. I'm not too keen, but I like the green guy. And the green guy, I think they're known to be introvert. They're like introverts. They like playing games. They like to be rascally and stuff like that. You know, I think they're low on the hierarchy, I guess. Like depending on the color of the grung, they're like higher in grung society. But so I chose us, you know, I chose us as the normal grung. The normal grung. And I love the way he's Pepega. All right, let's go back here. All right, so I'm learning how to use the interface and stuff for the Roll20. All right, you guys ready? You have any questions? You have any questions? I should have put some music in the background. You know, I'm multitasking too many things. This is too much to handle. Like as the DM, I don't know how you dungeon masters do it if you're streaming and you're doing this Roll20 thing, this application stuff. Hey, look. Thanks for popping in. We're going to play some D&Cringe. I just showed our character. So just to let everyone know before we start. Right, so this is the character you're playing. Your cat is the green frog in the middle. The type of frog in Dungeons and Dragons, this type of race is called the Grung. Like G-R-U-N-G, the Grung. And then this is your character sheet that I shared with everybody. So if you want to take a look at the character sheet, let me know. And then we'll begin. All right, so level 3 rogue, you have the assassinate ability. There's cunning action, you have sneak attack, and you have expertise. We'll go over that throughout the game if you guys have questions, or if something that I would recommend you guys try to do. All right, everybody, ready to begin. All right, so welcome to D&Cringe, cringe. All right, guys, here we go. I hope everyone's. Oh, before I start, I just want to say thank you, everybody, for taking time out of your morning, especially on a Sunday rest day, or a Sunday fun day for you guys who work hard in the IRLs, and you work hard in your stress. Thank you so much for spending this short time in the morning with me Thank you for keeping me company, and I hope you guys enjoy the stream, but I hope you guys participate too and get to experience what it's like playing a session 0 beginner Dungeons and Dragons. I will be your doodle master. I'm also new at this. I'm a little bit nervous, so let's get going. Let's go. Okay, ready? All right, so before we start, chat, you are playing the green frog in the middle. Your character's name is Chatunga Chak Chak. You are a level 3 rogue. You have your abilities here on the sheet. You have your equipment. You have the languages you speak. You have your special abilities. Your abilities are expertise, sneak attack, cunning action, assassinate. You have 24 hit points and you're wearing studded leather armor. You have an armor class of 15. All right, here we go. And then I have here personality traits, chat. Ideals, chat. Bonds, chat. Flaws, chat. Because it's going to be you guys, the hive mind, the hive mind. Okay, guys, let's start the session. So normally the session in IRL, you'll gather with your friends. All right, so everyone's gathered today. All right, here we go, guys. All right, let me get this here. It's all dark. And all you hear is the sounds of burning fire. You hear the rumbling of rocks falling down. And you hear a scream, almost like an echo. You hear someone yell in the dark, "Throw it in! What are you doing? What are you doing?" We cut to inside a volcano. Standing in front of you is a short, dark-haired halfling. He's holding this ring in his hand, and he's quivering. There's beads of sweat. He seems to be struggling internally. You hear the like a drum, the beat of your heart. It's getting louder. It's drowning out, and you're trying to keep the ring from going into your hand. There is a scream behind you, and as you turn around, you see another halfling, one that's light-haired. He's wounded and battered. Before him on the ground, you see what looks like a lifeless creature, some sort of gray-skinned ghoul. It looks sort of like a hobbit or a halfling, but you're not really too sure. But you know that it's no longer living, seeing the sword embedded deep in its chest. The light-haired halfling screams out again, "What are you doing? Throw it in! Throw it in!" The dark-haired halfling stands there, deep within the bowels of a mountain of doom. Before him, overlooking on the cliff that you stand, deep down below, is the flowing hot lava, burning very hot. The ring is calling to you. It's pounding in your brain. You can't seem to think. And then as you try to hold, but you put the ring on your finger. And then everything slowly turns to white. And in the whiteness, you hear a little voice that says, "I'm sorry, my friend." And it echoes. Everything goes to black. You hear the wind, the winter wind blowing. And then it is 300 years later. You play a character, chat, and you are in the Middle Earth. You are playing in this location, and hopefully you guys will survive. And I will put different character pips of the different types of characters we'll try to play throughout this world. So in this first Session 0, you will play a character named Chatunga Chak Chak. You will be playing in this area, just extreme north of the Shire, somewhere on Faroshell River, and it looks like you are somewhere north in the area called Arnor, and you're kind of near the halls of Evandor. So you're around that area right here. I could move your character, and this is, and every time if you live and survive, we could try, you know, traveling the land. But you're right now, you're currently in this area right here. We're right where it's right the edge of the river right there. And then that's where you are right now. Right, so as we fade in, right, as we fade in, right, I'll change the scene. Okay, this is gonna be cool. This is cool. What do you guys think so far? What do you guys think so far? I feel like I'm clumsy. I feel so clumsy. Okay. 300 years has passed. Kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. And I think you guys know what, you know, for those of you who know, you know, I hope that brings a smile. And for those of you who don't, you guys could talk about it in chat. All right. We fade in. All right, Chatunga. Chatunga, it's been a long, hard winter. You've been traveling this dark lands. You have a wound on your head, and you have lots of bruises on your body, and you have what looks to be like a broken chains like on your wrist. You are having difficulty remembering, and all you know is that you've been trudging in the snow, and you've slept in the night, burying yourself within the snow, creating some sort of like Minecraft hole. You've been Hi DDS, can't believe you got me getting out of bed. What? Arthice! Arthice, you doof! I hope that thanks for popping in, Arthice. We're both learning how to experience D&D. Right? So it's gonna be cringe. So, and there's gonna be interruptions, but you know, hopefully you guys will get an idea. At least I'm trying to share the idea of what it feels like. You know, you instead of like, I'm trying to show and not tell. So here we go. So if anyone wants to know what the character sheet looks like, let me know. And this is you guys. I could zoom in. And so this is you. Chat is playing a character named Chatunga Chak Chak. You are basically a green frog, aka Papega. Well, anyways, let's start, guys. All right, so you are bruised, battered, hurt. You have the bruise on your head. You're trying to remember what happened, but right now you're sleeping or trying to get some sleep, buried in a Minecraft hole deep in the snow. All right, chat. What would you like to do? If you want me to pull up the character sheet. Right, so right now, let's go over the setting. Right now, it's basically Frodo didn't throw the ring in Mount Doom, and he succumbed to the call of the Dark Lord. Right, so, and then everything fades to white, and it's been 300 years. Who knows what happened in Middle Earth? Who knows? That'll be up to you to discover. What do you want to do, chat? You are bruised and battered, and you're trying to regain your memory, and you're just, all you need is, you want rest, but you have this urge to keep moving on. What do you do? Meanwhile, I'll pull up the character sheet, because now as a DM, there are things that are happening outside the character, which is interesting. So it's something that the DM would know, but the players, like you guys, wouldn't know. So while you're thinking of what to do, I'll put up the character sheet, and there's something called passive perception. Right? So let's go over it together. So right here, your passive perception is 13. At this point, check the surroundings and see if there's any leads on finding civilization. Active perception checks. Aha! Perfect, perfect. Right, so guys, Hex is helping out because Hex is a veteran. Right, so first let's do this. I'm going to roll for passive perception. Passive perception is 13 for you guys, for chat, for Chatunga. So what does that mean? That means I roll a d20. If I beat that number, right, what I want to do is I want to roll under that number so that way you don't notice me. If I roll high, wait, I have to roll higher so you don't notice me. Right, so here we go. So I'm going to roll 3. Right, so I'm going to roll 3. And then... Alright, so you have a 13. So the first die I rolled a 1. Right, so let me move the first die I rolled a 1. I rolled a 2, so, you know, you didn't hear anything but that 14. Alright, so what does that mean? Oh, no, I'm rolling 3 because there's three things. Let's just say that, alright, I'm rolling 3 because there's 3 specific things that I don't want you to perceive. So 2 of them failed, 1 of them didn't. So this is the one that you didn't. You hear, alright? So you hear something here. Right? There's something around the north part. Right? You don't know. It's... You hear... like something that doesn't sound like... that's in addition to the wind. Like you hear the wind. The winter wind. And let me know if the wind is too soft. I can make it louder. To make it more exciting. Wait, hold on. I can make it louder. Like, do you want me to make it louder like that? Okay, so there's something here. Let me ping it. So this is something... there's something where you could make a ping. So it looks like this. So it basically lets the players know, or I'll let you guys know where you hear the sound. So you hear something like up here. Hopefully it shows on stream. So meanwhile, Hex said that he wanted to do... if you're trying to spot something hiding, it's usually an opposed check and you should only need to roll perception once. So Hex wants to move toward it. Right, so you guys... Alright, so I have an arrow here. So there's something where you could do an arrow. And so I could say you could hear something right here. This is so funny. Right, so Hex says he wants to go over there. But he did ask something in the beginning. He asked... at this point, check the surroundings and see if there's any leads on finding civilization. It's a good thing you said that, Hex. Because you've been resting in your Minecraft hole. Right, so Hex wants to check. So I'll pull up the character sheet again. And then we'll look. All right, here we go. We're going to look at your perception check. So perception is you have a perception of +3. So you have a +3 on perception checks. All right, so let's make a... I'm going to roll. All right, I'm going to roll. And we're going to roll d20 and add 3. Oh my god, it's a... What? You rolled a... What? Natural 20. Oh my god. All right, so rolling a 20 in role-playing games, that's called a nat 20, or that's also called a critical roll. So a critical roll is the highest number on any die type, but when you roll a d20, that's when everyone yells out, "Crit roll! You made a crit roll!" All right. Oh, okay. What the frick? Okay. Okay. So here's the information, you guys. What the heck? Good call, Hex. Good call on that one, Hex. All right. So Hex, as you're trying to get some rest and regain some of your memories of what happened, you suddenly flash back. You have glimpses of images of yourself and many others being forced to go across the ice tundra. You look in front of you and you're tied with other different humanoids. You are chained front to back. You look behind you, there's another humanoid, and there's many humanoids. A long train. It looks like me. Your images like 20 elf, human, dwarf. You're the only grung as far as you know that's part of this prisoners. You're like prisoners. And you're being whipped by orcs. And the orcs are yelling at you to move forward. Move forward! You're trying to sleep. And then another memory flashes forward. There is this glowing orb. It's blinding almost. You put your hands, your little frog-like hands in front of your eyes, and you're trying to see through it. And what you could catch is that it is a nightmarish orb. It's hovering above the orc commander, and the orc commander is kneeling before it. It speaks in a strange language you do not understand, and it's loud and it's booming, and it is a language that enters your mind. It's not a sound you hear. It is penetrating your brain. You are shaking with fear. All the other chained humanoids are cowering in fear, and all the other orcs that are guarding you. Your memory fades again. And then you remember that you were being forced to go to a village that's several leagues away. But then something happens. You hear a horn, a klaxon, and then suddenly you hear like the sounds of elves. The caravan is under ambush. There is a battle where elves and the orcs are fighting. In the chaos, your chain somehow gets broken. You're free. All the other free humanoids are running all over the place. In a panic. You remember just running. You trip over a body and then you tumble. And it seems like the tumbling lasts forever. Pain on your shoulder. You tumble. Pain on your knee. You're tumbling. Pain on your back. You're tumbling. And then suddenly you feel the cold, the extreme cold of the snow cover over your body. A moment goes, and then you find yourself back inside your Minecraft hole. There is a sound, just distant, but you're not sure if is it moving? Is it something close? You can't tell with the sound of the chill blizzard winds. What do you do, chat? I could pull up the character sheet, and this is where you're at. I'm trying to scroll in the back of the chat to see what Hex was mentioning. So that roll, alright, so for example, for those of you who are new, he made a critical roll to check surroundings and any leads on civilization. So it's called an active perception check. But because Hex rolled a critical, a nat 20, that basically is the best roll, and he will get more than just knowing where there's a civilization. You know, they get more. So as a dungeon master, I will basically give a nice slice of the story. So we know that you guys, Chatunga, has some sort of like memory, was wounded on his head where you have trouble remembering. But that critical roll, that nat 20, allowed you to get glimpses of what happened in the past. So that's called like giving backstory. So you were captured. You were used. You are I don't want to use slaves because that's a bad word. You are criminal. Well, not criminals. What's a good word, guys? You guys were captured to be used as labor. You guys were captured to be used as labor. Well, if there's a lead, just head over towards it and just try to get there before freezing to death. Okay. Right, so you know, you have a feeling that it's somewhere east. Here, let me put the arrow. Right, so you know that it's somewhere east here and south. Somewhere. That's what that's where you were heading in the direction before you tumbled and lost like a track of a big chunk of time. So you know it's around here, but you know that there's a sound here. All right, so do you want to where do you guys want to, would you like to go? Eastward, or you know, like eastward or eastward here, or do you want me to just, you know, make you move? Check what the sound is. Right, so you want to check what the sound is? Okay, okay. Now, the sound is here, around here somewhere. All right, so if you're going to check the sound, what would do you want to just check the sound? Remember, you're a frog, right? Frogs don't just go into danger, right? If they want to investigate. What's the one thing? What's the one thing that a rogue would like to do? And it is a skill check. And it rhymes with Belth. It rhymes with Beltha. Right, so get out of my hidey hole and quietly creep up. Would you like to make a stealth check? Alright, we want to take smell check. So, the Chitunga, you have an expertise in stealth. So let me pull up your character sheet. So we're going over the skills, guys. So instead of overloading you with all these skills now, as a new player or someone who's interested in learning, it's going to be overwhelming when you look at all the skills. You know, you're going to see like acrobatics, animal handling. So hopefully we're doing this slow and you guys will get an idea. So I recommended a stealth check in order to creep up quietly. So Hex used the term quietly creep. So to me, that means stealth. So Chitunga, chat, you have a +5 to your stealth check. And you have a +5. And it says here, all right, so, all right, you got a +5. I thought maybe you got advantage. Okay, so you have +5. But I would do this, all right? So as a dungeon master, I'm going to make a call where I'm going to allow you a stealth check with advantage. Now, the reason why I'm allowing that is because you are in an area that is like basically the frozen north, right? So I'm giving more advantage because what are the chances that there's going to be like soldiers trooping up here and things like that, right? So from the DM story element, I'm making the call, so you guys will make a stealth check with advantage. That means you roll 2d20 with your +5 and you pick the highest roll. All right, so here we go. All right, so Hex wants to roll 2d20. All right, so that's 10. 1 is 15. 1 is a 12 +5. So what's that? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So you have a 17 stealth. And so I will do this in the game, which is kind of cool. I could press on your character and I will put here a 17. Right? So the red is your hit points and the 17 is your stealth. Pretty cool, right? So you have these 3 areas in the Roll20 app. Right? So you have a 17, guys, and you're going to be moving toward this. So as you move north to investigate that weird sound, right? You're moving and you're like, what? What is this? There's something there. Right on the edge. Like, what the heck is that? Right, so you're moving with stealthily across. Right, you're creeping. Are you taking out your weapon? Let's just assume I'll assume that you are drawing your weapon. Normally, the player, you guys will tell me what you're taking out. So you have a short sword, you have a bow and arrow, and you have 2 daggers. So I don't want to make any assumptions, but I love bow and arrows. Hello, you know, Lord of the Rings. So do you guys want to draw your bow and arrow, or do you want to just? All right. So you are drawing your bow and arrow. As you creep forward in the snow, the sound is here, but as you move forward, there's something on the edge of your vision. You can't quite like. It's like you're looking at the snow, right? That's hugging part of the cliff, and there's woods and stuff. You're like in a forested mountain, snowy area. Imagine like trying to look at a certain part of the environment, and there's something a little bit off. Like you could see that the snow is white, but there's a section that's the whiteness is a little bit off. It's a little bit off. I'm going to make alright, so I'm going to make a notice roll. Alright, I'm going to make a perception roll to see if I see you, chat. Alright, if I see you have a stealth of 17. So if I beat your 17, I see you. If I don't, then you could proceed to move a little bit closer, right? But right now there's something on the edge of your vision. You can't quite tell. It seems as if there's some sort of camouflage. All right, so as a dungeon master, I will roll for the creature, for what you're coming upon. See if it notices you. So I will roll a d20. And I don't have a modifier. And I rolled an 8. Alright, so I rolled an 8. Alright, so to the player. Alright, so to the player, what I would do as a DM, I would say, as you approach this thing, as you approach toward this area where the sound was, right, you could hear the sound is the same level. How do I explain it? Like the sound hasn't gotten any louder or any softer. It's just there. It's a sound that's blending with this fall and the sound of the wind. You can't quite place it. But are you curious? Are you curious, chat? Like right on the edge there. Do you want to proceed? You have a stealth 17. Right, so what I would do, what I just did, chat, I would have rolled secretly. So, but I'm sharing what the DM does too, for anyone here who's curious about what it's like to be a dungeon master. Do you guys want to move closer to investigate? Now look at the map. There's areas for cover, but you already have stealth. It looks like just north of you right here, it looks like there's some kind of like bush here that, you know, you could add to your stealth. Okay, we'll move closer. So you move closer. You move into the bush. All right, so that bush will give you a +2 stealth. So your 17 becomes a 19. Right, so your stealth is 19. And then you see clearly what's in the snow. It's almost as once you could see it like it looks like a pile of snow on top of a pile of snow. But that one initial pile looks like a giant snow spider. Da 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 da. It's chittering. And that's the chitter that's blending in with the sound of the wind and the snow and the crackle of the woods, the crackle of the trees. Uh-oh. Right, so far it hasn't made any action as you are studying it. while in the bushes. You wanna wait? Do you want to run? Because the run will break your stealth. Okay, so here's an interesting thing, guys. So Hex Harper used the key term run, and as you notice, I'm saying the word key terms. So that is for a dungeon master. So if you are a dungeon master playing the game, you know, you listen to certain words that your friends and, you know, your players will say. So he said run. No, you don't just like run, because you give your players as much options as you can for the story. So if Hex were to run, if you guys ran, it would break the stealth. You have a pretty high stealth. Your stealth is, you have a 19 stealth. So what are the chances of a creature trying to spot you? Now, with that said, if you run, you'll be able to move at least, I would say, let's see. All right, so you move 6 feet, but if you run, you'll get to move 12. So you'll be like around this, you'll be this far. But you don't know how fast the spider could move. Well, what if the giant, it's a giant spider. You guys saw Lord of the Rings. Jesus, that thing moved, I think that moves like 30 feet, right? Like it could outrun you and stuff, right? But you could back away. Okay, so I would say let's back away. You guys want to back away south? Or you remember you were being force marched to some village somewhere out here. So it has this chittering. You hear the Is it sleeping? You don't know, because its bulbous eyes don't have lids. Towards the village. All right, we move toward the village. Wait, we're gonna back away. So we back away. Oops. I'll select move. I'll move you here. We'll do a regular move, because if you run, you break the stealth. So move is 6. So let's see, you were here. Let's move around here. Let's see, you want to go into the bushes, probably by the bushes here. Right? Okay, so as you move. Okay, as you move. Right, I'm going to make, alright, as a dungeon master, I'm going to make a secret roll. Right, so I'm going to roll against your characters, against you, chat, against your passive perception. So yours is 13. So I'm going to roll, I'm going to roll 2d20. I'm going to roll 2 separate 20s. They're actually separate, but this is a secret roll. So I'm going to roll this. Alright, so they both beat your passive perception. Which means, because of the fear of the creature and then you backed away, you were too busy concerned with trying not to get noticed that your passive perception didn't pick up things. There are certain things. Alright guys, what do you want to do, chat? Do you want to continue? You're inside some bushes and like you're within the trees. We could consider moving. You feel safe. I would say you feel safe. Or not. Alright, so we keep going. Alright, I would say we'll keep moving to... Let's move along the edge of these wooded area. Alright, so as you move... Right, as you're moving, chat, suddenly you hear a sound. You hear 2 sounds. Deep in the bushes, you hear... And then here is the example. We will roll initiative. Alright, so I would say... Normally, I would choose. It's up to the dungeon master. So you see here, let me ping. Right here, there's a zombie, and over here, there's a undead. There's a undead, and it senses you. Normally, I would do this as a surprise round, but I don't want to complicate the game. We're just doing a session 0, so let's just say we roll initiative. Right. So this is where we enter combat, guys. So let me put this here so you guys can see it on the stream. All right. So we each roll. Now. We roll initiative for each player and each creature. but I like to do players for players and then monsters. So for me, I'm making a choice call where I want to simplify the game and just make one initiative roll for all the players, one initiative roll for all the monsters. So let's roll for Hex. I mean, let's roll for chat. For chat, you'll get 1d20. Right, so chat rolled an 8. Right, now I have to beat an 8. And then now, the monsters. We rolled a 10! Alright, we beat that. Okay, with that said, the zombies move towards you, shamble toward you. One is coming out of the edge of the woods. One is now in the open. Alright. You get an action, chat. Oh no, I'm gonna hold off on the initiative mod for now, Hex. I want to try to make it easy for all new players, so at least you guys get an idea, you know. What do you do? What do you do? What do you do, chat? Alright, you have your weapon, you have a bow. Right, so what we're doing now, this is called a combat. Right? It could get really complicated or not, so I'm making it a lot easier for you guys to see. Right, 2 zombies are moving towards you. 2 humanoids. One looks human, one looks elven. Shoot one on the right, make a break for it towards my intended destination. Got it. The one on the right is... Let's see. Here. One on the right. One on the left. Okay, so I will say the one on the right over here, guys. Alright, so we're attacking this monstrosity, this aberration. Oops. Alright, this aberration. Alright, so you will make an attack roll. So let's look at your weapons and equipment. Alright, so you have a bow and arrow. Right? Your arrows will do 1d6 plus 3 points of damage, and you have a plus 5 for your attack. Right, so you have a plus 5 for your attack. Alright, here we go. So you will make an attack roll at plus 5. So you would roll a d20 plus 5, and you would have to beat the armor class of these zombies. So from what you could see, it does... You can't really tell, so they're so covered in flesh, layers of different fleshes. You don't know which is the actual zombie's flesh, but you know there's other layers of different fleshes. You can't, and there's dirt and snow and grime. You can't tell it, and if it's wearing armor or not. So you make an attack. Let's see, at plus 5. 12 plus 5, so that's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Wait, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So that's 17. It's a hit. You rolled a hit. You let loose an arrow. And it does, what did we say it does? Hold on, let me check. Right, so as a player, you'll look at your sheet. Your arrows do 1d6 plus 3 points of damage. So we will roll 1d6 and we'll add 3. 1d6. Oh my god, 5, 6, 8 points of damage. You let loose your arrow. Right? It hits. And then it falls. You see it crumple to the ground. You see it crumple to the ground. And then that's your... You get an attack. And then you get a move action and you get an attack action. So that was your attack and you're going to make a move. So you want to continue. Now because you did an attack... your move is going to be a normal move. You could do what's called a run, where you just do a double move, but you don't attack. So, I'm going to continue move. Wait, so, wait, hold on. 6. Alright, so around here. You're going to head right around there. Look at this. Alright, I did select move. Right, there's a little patch of bushes here. Meanwhile, it's the monster's turn. One of them moves. Let me measure. around 6. Right, so this one's gonna move here, and this one here, this one right here, is gonna you see it slowly try to get up. All right, your turn, chat. Your turn, chat. Meanwhile, while you're thinking on your turn, I'm going to make so the DM, after he says, normally it's your turn, chat. So you're thinking or you're explaining what to do. The DM will normally, as a DM, you will like pretend you're listening. I mean, you are listening, but you're going to pretend you're listening, but you're going to secretly do a secret roll behind your Dungeon Master screen. So I'm going to make, against the passive perception of 13, I'm going to make 1d20 secret while pretending, while listening to you, but bluffing that I'm rolling something. Do I beat a 13? Ooh, I don't beat a 13, which means this. Before you decide what to do, you hear, there's a sound here, somewhere in the distance, but it sounds like talking, like it sounds like people talking, but you can't really, you're not too sure. Is it growling? Is it grunting? You don't know, but there's something definitely right here. All right, chat, your turn. Do you want to keep proceeding or not? You were able to down one of them, but it got back. It's slowly getting back up. The other walker, the other zombaloid is moving, is approaching towards you. What do you do, chat? I hope you guys are. This is kind of double move to gain more ground. God, do you want to surpass them? You remember you heard something here, somewhere around this area. Wait, let me put this. This is funnier. You heard something around here. Chocolate Doodles likes using this. Like, I want to see her. So you hear, like, maybe it sounds like people speaking. You can't tell, or it's not grunting. So do you want to head down here, or maybe head south? Not towards it, just straight line like this. Go east. Now there's a lot of shrubbery you could use for cover. Right, there's a lot of shrubbery. There's shrubberies here. Right, let me move this here so you guys could. Right, there's a lot of shrubberies here. You could literally find like a nice path, like weaving in here, maybe down here, through here, right there. All right, so you just want to go straight, like this way, like straight, straight. What? Okay, here we go. Now, is it gonna be? Are you going to? You guys, chat. Do you want to do a double move, which is a run, or do you want to do a move and then make a stealth check? Yeah. If you do a stealth check now, you wouldn't get a bonus. Let's just say if you did a stealth check, like here in the open, oops, like here. But if you moved here where there's like brush, where there's like bushes and trees and stuff, if you move here, you at the end of your move, you'll get an additional. I'll allow an additional bonus for stealth check. Oh, you want a double? All right, chat. You want a double move? Right, so let me go here. Double move is 12, so 6, 12. So it's right here. Right, so straight line right there. Are you sure you want to go east or south? East, south, or southeast? Let me know, guys. Let me know, chat. East, okay. You're here. Let me move. You run. You bolt. you bolt. Right, so you bolt. Right, so what I'm choosing as a DM, because you broke a line of sight, and these are not the typical zombies here. Let me ping. These are not the typical zombies that I'm controlling here. So I'm making a call that because he broke line of sight, like quickly, because of all the sounds of the snow, that the engagement that you have just now will temporarily stop, because you ran right up here. Something else happens. All right, you hear a voice. Hey, what's that moving in the distance there? And then the second orc goes, oh, it looks like mates. It looks like mates. We haven't seen mates since ages. And then the burlier orc goes, right, it looks like meat's back on the menu, lads. Let's go. And then we roll initiative, a new initiative. You see in the distance, orcs heading in your general area. It looks like, from what I'll know as a DM, I'm going to describe some of the clues. They look lightly armed. They have light armor. It doesn't look like they're heavily armed. They have what looks like strapped short swords on their sides. They're not holding any torches. From what you could tell, one looks like he's covered with a lot of scars on his face, and the other one definitely sounds like a younger orc, like it has a younger voice, the one that's behind him. And do you want to make I would offer a knowledge check, right? So I would offer, the DM could choose to offer, some help. So, or it's up to the DM to offer help or not. But I like to, we're learning. So I will offer, do you guys want to take a knowledge check? Let me look. Let me see, what can you pick? So I'm looking at the skills you get to pick. And I could do something called an investigation. You guys, it's up to you. You have a +3 for investigation, and you have a +1 for history. It's up to you. The investigation is higher. Normally I would pick the investigation. Do you guys want to make an investigation roll? All right, let's see. All right, wait for you guys. Do you guys want to make an investigation roll? Or I'll just roll it if it's okay. So normally you want to make an investigation roll. Your investigation roll is 13. In Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, the default number is a 10. If you can beat a 10 on any checks, that's a normal 10. And then it becomes 15. The number gets higher by 5. If it's something that's, needs more research, and if you need to roll a 20 or higher to beat, then that's something where it really needs a lot of deep research. But this one is just normal knowledge, just common knowledge. So I'll roll it for you guys. So on D20, you would normally make an investigation check with the clues, because look, light armor in the middle of this frozen, extremely cold, extreme tundra. Ooh, use the grunt standing jump ability to go 25 feet southeast, and then ooh, that's a good one. All right, so let's roll a knowledge check first, or investigation check, and I'll give you the +3. Okay, so roll. So 11, 12, 13, 14. All right, you beat my target number of 10. All right, so what that means is this. You see the orcs, lightly armored. They don't have any supply packs on. They have, a simple, just one single sword. So that looks like to you some sort of maybe scouting party, or some sort of well, is it scouting party? I'm trying to think of another cool word. It's like maybe guards or something, but that an encampment must be nearby. It must be maybe the village they come from, right? So no one comes out in the tundra without a backpack, right? No food or anything like that, which means they must have some kind of place that they're sheltering from. So that's the knowledge I would share. Then meanwhile, all right, so Hex. All right, so Hex. All right, let me show the grung race. So Hex, what Hex, you're funny. Thank you so much for helping, Hex. All right, so for those of you who are new to playing a race, you are playing the grung race. They're basically Papega frogs. So he mentioned jump. Now in your character sheet, you will have a jump ability. Right, so you have the ability to jump, which is kind of funny. It's right here. I think it's in the bio. All right, so in the bio, let me show you the bio. So you have a speed, you have a climb speed of 25, and then you have a jump, which is right here. It's called the standing leap. You could jump 25 feet, right? You could jump up to 25 feet, you could jump to 25 feet or high jump 15 feet without a running start. This is so funny. So, all right, so Hex already understands his character's racial abilities. All right, so just in case, so remember guys, for those of you who are new players, when you're playing low level game, and let's say you're playing a drow, don't forget to look at your racial abilities, because you have things that your character race can naturally do. So part of the Hrung, aka the Papega frogs, they have the ability to jump, which is that's pretty clutch thinking. That's pretty clutch thinking, Hex. All right, so we could do a 25-foot jump. That's crazy. That's crazy jump. All right, so the 25 feet is like, what the frick? What the? Wait, so 6, 12. Oh my God! You could literally jump. Right, you could jump off. You could jump off. You could jump away. You could basically jump away. Like, right, so here, you're in the middle. Where would you go? Oh, shoot, I lost the arrow thing. What happened? I lost my arrow thing. Alright, so you're gonna jump. Oh, 25 feet southeast, then high. Alright, 25 southeast. So that's like down here. Why did I lose? Hold on, guys. I lost. Wait, hold on. I lost my arrows. So this is the one thing when you're playing on Roll20. Some of the tools disappear. So give me 1 second, guys. I think I figured out a way how to fix it. Give me 1 second, everybody. Let me see. I lost my arrow tool. You know what? Let's just play it by ear. Right, so 25 feet was definitely like around, was definitely southeast, like right around here. Right, so let's jump 25 feet. Let's just say, I'll move the map here. Okay, thanks, Hex. Right, so you jump. Ribbit. And what's nice, you jump right into the shrubbery. I would say here, bloosh. Like right here, bloosh. Babloosh. Alright. And since that was part of your racial movement, I'll allow you, if you'd like, to make a stealth check with a bonus +2. So not only do you get your normal stealth check, oh, oops, let me move the map. Not only do you get a normal stealth check. Alright, so let's see. Alright, so let's look at your character again. Alright, I'm gonna pull up the sheet. And then, so there's a lot of back and forth with the sheets. So, because I'm playing both you guys. Sorry, I really apologize for the cringe, but thank you so much for I've always wanted to try this out, and trust me guys, I'm learning too, and I'll try to, figure out a way to streamline this to make it fun for you guys. Right, so your stealth is, right, so you have a stealth. Right, so I'm looking under the abilities on the left column. Your stealth is a +5. Right, so you will get a +5 and you'll get a bonus +2 because you landed in the shrubbery. So that's +7 altogether. Right? Right, so you are here, guys, in case you don't see it on the stream. You're down here in the bottom. Alright. I'm gonna roll a d20 +7. for your stealth check. 15 plus 7, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 122. You get a 22 stealth. Amazing, amazing roll. Right, I'm gonna put 22. Right, you have a 22 stealth. Now that you made that high stealth, I could now center the map. Da, da, da. You jump and you land in the bushes and woods and shrubberies and stuff. And as you land, up the snow goes around you, and it slowly, gently falls on you, camouflaging you completely with your stealth of 22. Just as you hear the moans and groans of the zombies. One is lurking here, and one is lurking here. It's moving toward the sound of the orcs that yelled. And it's moving forward. You know that it's moving. They're continuing to move forward. Right. Normally, this is not initiative because you have a stealth of 22, and just to make it like, I could choose to storytell it, guys, as a DM secretly, or I could choose to make the roll if they notice you guys chat. You have a 22. My perception does not have any bonuses. What are the chances? I mean, what are the chances I'll roll a 22? So do you want me to play it through as if I was being, following the rules and stuff? Or do you want me to try the storytelling element? So for you dungeon masters out there, both ways is okay. I'm just doing the storytelling DM style, where because the stealth is so incredibly high, which is hard to get. It's really hard to get like a high rolls, guys. I like rewarding the player with more story element. So what I'm doing is this, right? So chat, you now see there is a zombie like off to your left, moving. It's not noticing you at all. It's moving so close to you, heading forward, and the other zombie moving. You could see clearly. You could see clearly. Do you want to make you could make an investigation check. What I would, as a DM, I could either offer help or suggestions or not. I like to help my players. So chat, do you want to make, because you're so close to these abominations, the undead, do you want to make an investigative check? Investigations check. Leave it up to you. And if you want, I could pull up the character sheets if you want to know what your investigation's number is. So your investigation, you have a +3. You have a +3 for investigation. And what investigation allows you to do is, by looking at certain things in the game, you'll be able to deduce something about it. Basically, you'll be able to get information and use that information to make better decisions. Ooh, get the drop of the zombie in front of us and just stab him with a sword. Perfect. All right, so Hex. All right, so Hex, here's a perfect example. Remember, guys, you are a rogue class with a subclass assassin. You have the ability to assassinate. So you have automatic advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken a turn in combat. Now, what does that mean? That means that you are in stealth. Somebody didn't notice you. They're walking so close to you, unaware that you're right there, which means this is very rare, guys. I've never seen an assassination where it comes to you. This is actually rare. I hope somebody clips this. This is interesting. So you get automatic advantage on attack rolls, right? So that means you roll 2d20 right? And you pick the highest number. Now, in addition, and then any hit counts as a critical hit, right? So all you have to do is hit. You don't need to like roll like a natural 20. You just need to roll higher. You just need to be able to hit them. All right, so I know the armor class. As a dungeon master, I have an armor class number that you need to hit, right? All right, so that's called the sneak attack. And there's also sneak attack too. Hex pointed out there's sneak attack. All right, so once per turn, you can deal an extra 2d6 damage to one creature. So extra 2d6. So you're going to make an assassinate, and then you're going to use your sneak attack. Because you're allowed once per turn. All right, here we go. So the assassination allows you advantage on the attack rolls. Anything hit counts as a critical, right? So that means double damage. Now, the sneak attack gives you additional 2d6 damage on top of that. All right, so it's a lot to go through. Let's do it in order, guys. So first we're going to do an attack. All right. So you want the zombie that's in front. That's like right. I'm assuming here, because I lost my pointer, guys. I don't know what happened to the pointer tool. So I would say the one here, maybe. Wait, this one. All right, you want to attack this guy here. All right. So what does assassinate means do? It means you have advantage on attack rolls. That means you roll 2d20, and you get the highest roll. Your attack. Are you going to use your daggers? Are you using your daggers? Right, you're holding your bow and your arrow. Do you want to use your short sword? Okay, we take out the short sword. Oh, let me do this first, guys. I have to minus. You use one arrow. So hold on. All right, so you have 19 arrows left because you shot one. Right, you take out your you draw your short sword. The short sword on your character sheet does. You have a +5 attack with advantage, and your damage is 1d6 + 3. Right? The assassinate, if you hit, you automatically get the full 8 points of sword damage. That's the critical. 8, you get it doubled, so 8, that's 16 points of damage. So what are the chances of you guys missing? So do 2d20 + 5. And you pick the higher one. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god, you guys! That's crazy. You rolled a... Oh, there's a fumble. Oh my god, you rolled a fumble, but you rolled a 17. Wait, crits are doubling the amount of dice. Oh, it's doubled? It's doubling the dice. You don't just double the number? Oh, I always gave players the double the number because, you know. Right, so wait, let's finish this first. So 17 + 5, 17, 18, 9. You hit. Your sword hits, which means because you're using assassinate, it counts as critical crit damage, which means you maximize. Well, all right. So here's the thing where I'm making a call, guys. So Hex says that in 5th edition, when you make a critical hit, it's doubling the amount of dice rolled in 5th edition. Which means this. Alright, so let me look at the damage. Short sword does 1d6 + 3. Right, so I like to do a critical. When you make a crit roll, a crit hit, you don't have to roll it. You get the full 6 + the 3, so that's 9 points damage. But Hex is saying that we double the amount of dice. So instead of 1d6, you get 2d6 + 3, but let me see. And the sneak attack, and you'll get the sneak attack dice too. So I like to give the full. I like to do full damage and then double it. So let's see the difference. So I like to do 6 + 3, so that's 6, 9. So there's one version where you get 18 points of damage and you don't have to roll. Versus if it was 2d6 + 3, there's a chance you might roll a 4. There's a chance you might roll 5 damage. I don't know. There's a chance you might roll a 5, but there's a chance that you might roll a 6, 12, 13, 14, 15. No, it's only 15. I think I'm giving a better. Well, I like to make it more damage. All right, we'll do that. All right, so let me know. Let me know, guys, what you guys think. For those of you who are veterans in the game, if if rules is a big thing, or or just like the story element of it. I am following a certain rules, but I'm also like tweaking a little bit to make it easier and funner for my players. Right, the main thing for me as a dungeon master is making sure my players enjoy the game. So 18 points of damage, right? So you take so you would move into close combat. I'm gonna move you closer. So you know what? Let's do this. Right. So 17 hits. So as it's moving, you waited. Right? It's moving north. You just at the right moment, you attack. All right. So hold on. Let me. There's a thing where you could do something. Here we go. All right. How do you want to do this? How do you want to do this, chat? All right. For those of you who don't know, that's a meme from Critical Role, one of my favorite Dungeons and Dragons shows on the streams. How do you want to do this? Basically, I'm asking you as the player. You get a chance to put your story element. You could describe how you did the kill. How did you vanquish your foe? You get 66. Yeah, I didn't want to do the additional 66. Because technically, like that first initial, the first initial hit, the crit damage that was doubled already. You know what? You already got him. So how do you want to do this, chat? You get a chance to describe how you do this awesome. What's the term? Not kill, but the final blow. Like how do you vanquish your foe? And then you get to describe in chat. Like how do you do it? He walked. You were staying still underneath the mound of snow with your back against the tree, and as it stumbled forward, at the right moment, you took out your sword and you went, oh, like how do you do it? How do you do it? Do you just lop off his head, right? Or do you strip it to make it look natural that it fell, and then you chopped off its head? Or I don't know. Or did you like grab it from behind and try and using the sword as a choking? One clean swipe. All right, I move closer, and then one clean swipe, chop, and then the body falls, and then the head falls, and then this is what I'll do. All right, so as a player, you would put this in your bio. So I would put something here. There's notes. You could put notes here. And let's just say for now, let's see. As part of the character backstory, should we put it? I'll put it in treasure for now. I'll put here killed one zombie. So you keep track of the things that you roll that you did successfully. So you killed one zombie. And then I think you were able to. What did you successfully? You discovered being followed. Discovered a giant ice spider. Like you discovered one. So these little things would count. And you know, for those of you who are new to the D's and the D, there's players who are going to be note takers, and there's players who are not. The note takers, to me, in my experience, are very rare. You probably might have one in your group. I would be shocked if like everybody in your group took notes. But if you are a note taker, and for all you note takers there, you want to take a note of like which players made what kills, which player did like some discovery moments and stuff. So I would put here discovered a giant ice spider, because they're very rare creatures, to be honest. And then there's killed one zombie. Right, there we go. So I'm gonna put that here in my character sheet, because later at the end of the game, at the end of the session, you're going to get experience points for it. So you killed one. Right, so there is no initiative. Right, so I will continue as you kill, just as you vanquish the zombie. The other zombie heads north toward, toward the guards there, and then you hear in the distance, yeah, what was that sound? I thought it was mates. And then they moved here to investigate, and then all you hear. Let me adjust the map, the battle map. Oops. Right, so you hear in the distance, I thought this was mates. Why is that moving in this way? That's not me. Look out! Look out! And then you hear, I'll move them closer. You hear the sounds of swords being drawn. And then you hear a fight. Look out! Look out! You're in my way! There's fighting. Right, so meanwhile, you have your 22 stealth. Now, as long as you move slowly, or I would say as long as you move under 6 feet, you will maintain your stealth check. What I'd like to do is, I'm making a call, is you have to make half movement, right? So if you move 6 feet, you have to move 3 feet, but that's like, you know, you're moving like really slow. I'm taking into account, because the environment is very barren, open, it's snowing, visibility is difficult. I'm allowing that you could move your full movement, which is a 6 feet, and still maintain your stealth. So I'm making that call. So where do you want to go? I don't have my arrow. I don't know what happened to my pointer. Hold on. I don't know what happened to my pointer. Why is my pointer not showing anymore? Right, we'll quietly leave. East. Are you moving? You're moving through the shrubbery, right? Very stealthily, because of it's good to be the Grum. It's good to be the Grum. It's good to be the Grum. So you're moving eastward. Wait, hold on, let me. Oh, okay, wait, so let me... Alright, as you move eastward, you hear... I'm gonna make a perception check. Alright, here we go. Right, I'm gonna secret roll your passive against your passive perception. You have a 13. Right, your 13 beats it. Right, so there's something, right? You might as well. You hear something here. There's something. You see movement, kind of in the distance. It's kind of in a shambly kind of way. So, you know, not to make it obvious, it's kind of shambly movement. like right around here. Wait, you can't even see it. I'm blocking the way. Right here. You know what? I might as well show it. All right. But you see something here. You see something like right here, like right around there. Here, let me ping it. And you see something shambly looking right there. Right, toward the southeast. Right, do you want to continue? Since I'm the only one chat. You're the only one chat. Oh my gosh. I really, you know, I didn't know how this was gonna go, and I didn't know how this was gonna go. But I'm really glad that you're participating. Thank you so much for participating. Alright, hold on. So go to the far shrub, I suppose, and see what it does. Alright, we'll go to the far shrub. Move. Okay, there's a little shrub. You bloop. Shrub right there. Okay. You're in the shrub. You didn't break your stealth. Let me pan the view a little bit. It's just lurking. You see lurking there, right? And then, uh-oh, what's that? There's something south. There's something south. There's something south of you, but you definitely see the zombo here. Here, I'll ping it because I don't have my arrow tool anymore. Right, so there's something definitely there, and there's definitely sounds coming from down here. Right? But because of your stealth of 22, you have stealth 22. So let me make a stealth check. Right? So I'm gonna make 2 stealth checks secretly. One for the zombie and one for whatever's south of you, chat. So, right? So because we're not actively looking, right? I'm making it because this is such an open, barren wasteland, right? So the logic behind, so this will help you DMs out there, right? The monsters that I'm playing, because we're in an open, barren environment, I'm making the call that because it's open, barren, you know, what are the chances living humanoids are going to be in this part of the world, right? This far north, I'm allowing a normal perception check, right? What are the chances I'll beat a 22? Now, if I roll a natural 20, that means I beat that. So I will roll for the zombie first. If you roll a 20, I'll laugh. If you roll a 20, I will laugh. Right? So the zombie didn't notice, right? Doesn't notice. Right now, whatever's south of you, I'm going to roll 2 because there's 2 things there. Right? If I roll a 20, guys, I'm going to laugh. I am going to laugh. I rolled critical. Oh, that was close. I rolled an 18. I almost got a 20. I rolled an 18 and a 16. Okay. As you are hiding in the shrubbery, you see the zombo just lurking there in the distance, but you hear the munching, the crunching sounds of snow. Crunch, 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 crunch. Oops, and then, hold on, let me. And there's a patrol. Crunch, 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 crunch. Right, and then you hear mumbling. You hear like, I thought, you know, why do we always have to do this patrolling outside the village? Why? Says the orc on the left. You know, why do we have to do this? You know, why can't we just go back home? There's nothing out here. There's one orc. The other orc, I don't know. We gotta listen to the master. We have to, or else, you know what happened last time. Oh, don't tell me about what happened last time. I don't want to. Just such a waste. Such a waste. Losing a whole legion of orcs just because one mistake. Oh, that wasn't necessary. Don't you think so? We're not made to think. Yeah, you gotta hush your tones. If they found out that we're doing some thinkings here on our own and not following the orders, we're gonna be dead for sure. We're gonna be turned into soup. We're gonna be turned into soup, I tells you. That's what you overhear. But because they're like talking, it gets the attention of it gets the attention out of nowhere. Comes out and lunges. And then there's a fight. There's a battle going on here. There's one orc. Look out behind you. What do? You want to now? Do you want to make an investigation and look at, you know, what the clothing that they're wearing? You already kind of seen the first patrol, so you could make a confirmation. Now, the thing is, suppose you didn't make an investigation roll on the first patrol, right? So you don't know that there's a village like somewhere here or not, you know. So because sometimes, and I'll be tricky. Some DMs might be tricky. They might tell, all right, so here's a trick that I like to do with players. I will tell them that you have a memory of a village nearby, but there is no village nearby, right? There's a dungeon nearby or a killing zone nearby. But I'm not going to be like that, right? So, but I mean, like, let's just say, you never know, right? Right, so keep hiding. We'll make an investigation check. Right, so your investigation check is plus 3. Right, so we'll do investigation. We'll roll d20 plus 3. So you rolled a 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, as you look at what they're wearing the same thing. No backpacks, no food supplies. It's just that they're lightly armed, lightly armored, and they're two-man patrol. From what you think, from what you're gathering that you overheard, they're not a big... they're not like an army. You don't get the sense that there's an army nearby. You get the sense of like a small group of orcs that don't want to do this. They're not happy, you know, doing what they're ordered to do, and they just would rather go, you know, back where orcs like to live in the warmth, you know, in the swamps and stuff. Right? They want to go back to the swamps and the caves and the, you know, in the Rocky Mountains and things. So you know that one, they're already distracted by their unhappiness, which makes it good for you as a Grum. Right, so you know that you're in the shrubbery. What do you want to do? I think, can you do that your frog jump more than once? Hex? I think you can. All right, let me do this jump. All right, your long jump is up to 25 feet. Jesus, you know what? That's kind of powerful. Wait, 25 feet is basically, hold on, you could jump in the shrubbery right here. Like right here. You could literally jump in the shrubbery right there. Oh my god, this jumping ability. What the flip? All right, we'll jump. Right. Now the thing is, when you jump, you'll have to make another stealth check. Here we go. You jump. You lower you squat your little froggy body, your little papega body, and then with your powerful frog legs, boing, 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 ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. It echoes. You hear in your mind's eye, ribbit, 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 ribbit. Land right there. All right. Let me adjust the map. As you're flying through the air, you land. As you land, whoosh. Right, you'll make another stealth check. So you'll make a stealth check, and then let's take a look at the stealth check, guys. I keep forgetting. Remind me what the stealth check is, just in case. So your stealth is +5, right? Because you're landing in shrubbery, I'm making the call to give you an additional +2, so you get +2, +7. Yeah, I want. Well, it's more for the, what do you call it? It's for the theater of the mind's eye. I didn't want to put grids because I thought that this would be more immersion. I think so. You're imagining the distance. But I'll try maps next time to see. We'll see. Here we go. You get your stealth check +7. 10. So it's a 17. Unfortunately, it's not the 22, but you know what? You made an incredible leap. Right, your stealth is 17. Right, I will make, because you landed right in front of a zombo, right here, in the bottom down here, I will make a notice check. Right, I'll do a perception check. If I beat a 17, we'll see. If I roll a natural 20, that'll be so funny. Here he goes. Natural, nat 20, nat 20, nat 20. What? He sees you. He sees you. Alright, so this was... Right, so now I'm going to introduce something called surprise round. Alright? So, I would say as a dungeon master, for those of you who are new and you're wondering, you want to learn how to dungeon master, I could make... Technically, I could make a roll initiative, or I could do the surprise attack. Now, I'm looking at it from a logic. I'm trying to be logical about it, right? You leaped, you landed in a tuft of snow. As it landed, it gives you that +17 camouflage, you know, with the woods and the trees and the shrubberies and stuff like that, right? So it's giving you the stealth. Just as you're settling into your stealth, a zombie notices you and moves towards you. So that's how I'm making the call for the surprise round. So this is what's called the surprise round. Zombie moves. Ah! And it's like bungling through the shrubberies, right? Right, out of nowhere. Technically, all right, so technically that's 6 feet. It's just shy. So darn it. Right, normally a DM could say, all right, out of nowhere, but I'm gonna play it out. Zombie. You see a zombie shambling towards you, and because it's also in the shrubbery right here, I'm gonna give it +2 stealth if you guys are deciding to do a ranged attack. So, or not. So I'll leave it up to you. If you use ranged attack, not only are you getting the +2 modifier to your stealth, now I will get one if I choose to roll it. All right, I'll get +2. Or you could go into hand-to-hand combat. I'll leave it up to you guys. What do you want to do, chat? I love the satellite pics. I want to make it as real as possible, Hex. I think that will make me stand out from other Dungeons and Dragons games and other content creators, because they use like actual like art maps. I thought it would be hilarious to use actual maps. I thought it would be hilarious to use actual maps. You know, for the immersion. For the immersion, that is. What do you want to do, chat? It's up to you. It's up to you. Wait, can't you do that leap like every turn? There's no way. You gotta be tired. Hold on. Let me look at this. Let me look at this. Alright. Standing leap. Your long jump is 25 feet and your high jump is up to 15 feet. With or without a run. Without a running start, you go 25 feet? That's crazy. You could do it every time. Oh my gosh. You could do it every time. What the frick? That's the power of the frog. That's the power of the Papega frog. We just discovered something. No wonder I love the groans so much. No wonder. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Alright. While you're thinking what to do, chat, you have a feel you notice that whatever lighting you have is beginning to dim. The sky is beginning, the cloudy, blizzardy sky, even though it's dim, is beginning to dim, which is kind of hilarious how I describe it. Why not leap on them and get into melee? All right, we do the melee. All right, Arthas is getting in on the game. Arthas wants to leap into close combat. All right, so here's another thing we could do. Now, because it's a surprise round, right? Let's just see who will go first for initiative. If chat gets the initiative, you're allowed to use the assassinate plus your expertise skills, right? If the zombie goes first on the initiative round, then you'll be able. Then we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Okay, guys, I'll let you choose it. Do you want me to roll the zombie first, or do you want me to roll for you, chat, first? Let's see. Let's see. Normally, both sides will roll at the same time, but you know, I want to make this. I want you guys, for those of you who are definitely new at role-playing games, I want you to feel what it's like playing it, because learning it from books and watching YouTube contents and streamers, just watching how it's played, and you know, you answering some of the questions, and you're getting book knowledge and you haven't played yet. I think, you know what? I think I'm having fun. I hope you guys are having fun too. I think this is an interesting idea, and I hope I'm having fun, right? So, and you guys get to see like what entails, you know, the things that both the player and the DM are doing. Make use of that jump. All right, we'll make use of that jump. He wants to do that jump. Okay, first let's make. All right, so the surprise round is over. All right, so now Arthas wants to make a jump. So the jump is automatic. So as you jump, right, you jump right. It's like a death from above. It's a death. It's a death. You know what? This is new. All right, this is new. All right, so Arthas wants to jump on top to make a death from above strike. So when you do that, let's remove the stealth, right? Because it negates whatever stealth you had. And I can't put the token on top. So let's just say it's a death from above. All right. So the leap, you automatically leap on top. Now we have to roll. Let me see. Let's see how we could do this. This is interesting, guys. The death from above. All right, we're learning together. Let's look at your core skills. And let's definitely look at it. All right. All right, so it says here, assassinate. You have advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken a turn in combat yet. All right, so the surprise round doesn't count as a combat. You guys are going first, right? I'm not choosing to do the initiative roll. Normally I would do a surprise round and then there's initiative, but because Arthas, okay, so this is something where because the player is entertaining me, I highly recommend you give something back to your players. So when I said leap onto them, I'm thinking BattleTech, where they have something called Death from Above. I thought that made me smile, Arthas. So because you guys, the player, has entertained me, and I'm not saying to do it every time I get entertained. I thought that was such a unique approach. So let's just say, let's go through with it, right? So you guys move first, which means the enemy doesn't get to move, which means you have a jump, assassinate, a literal death from above, right? So all you have to do is make an attack roll with advantage, and if you hit, the damage counts as critical. So let's do that first, all right? Because there's sneak attack. All right, so this is interesting, guys. All right, you make an attack with advantage, so that you roll 2d20, and you get +5, and it's the higher roll. Oh my god, so you had a 3 on one of them. Oh my god. All right, so you rolled a 17. All right, so the higher roll of the two is between the 16 and 17 is the 17. So when you roll with advantage, you get the higher roll out of 2 dice. And it doesn't matter if it's 2d20, 2d10, so let's just say, to make it simple. So you got a 17, you have a bonus of +5, so 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2. So you have a 22, you hit, you land right on top of it, like crunching it. Oh, that's horrible, that death from above. All right, you hear the crunching bones. So let's look at the damage now. Now, since you're not using, well, technically you were holding a short sword, right? So technically you have a short sword, which, all right, so when you make a successful assassinate attack, damage counts, it counts as a critical hit, which means full damage of whatever weapon you're using. So you are holding a short sword in your hand, so that's 1d6 plus 3, so that's 6. 9 points of damage doubled, that's 18. And then you have a sneak attack damage, where you get an additional 2d6. So let's add the additional damage and see how much you could do. So you have 9, 18 plus 2d6. So let's add the 2d6 plus 3. So 2d6. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 plus 18. That's what? 8 plus 18. 8 plus 18. 18, 19, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 20, you did 26. All right, so how do you want to do this, Arthas? How do you want to do this? You leap, you make a frog leap. Death from above. You land squarely on top of the zombie, of the undead. Your weight plus the inertia of falling down completely smushing it, causing, I don't know, over 20 something points of damage. What was it? 18 plus 8? 8, 9, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5. Causing 26 points of death from above. Frog jump damage. And then let me put this here. mark, and then... Oh, that's how you do the death. Wait, there's different markers. Oh, that's interesting. Wait, should I put a red? Oh, that's nice. Right, so how? I shouldn't have presented that jump. I shouldn't have presented like that. I got so excited, guys. I'm so sorry. I described it for you guys. I'm so sorry. I got so excited. All right, so you know what? I don't know. Do you want to go with my description, or I'll leave it up to you. I was so excited about this. This here. Right. And I'll put here while you guys are thinking. I'm gonna put here in your bio for note taking. You killed two zombies. All right, kill 2 zombies. Yay! Okay. All right. Do you want to move? Do you want to proceed more east, or something new, guys? Here's something new. Do you want to loot? It's called loot the body. You guys want to loot the body? Check surroundings again. If there's no signs of a camp or something, dig another hidey hole for the night. Ah, interesting. Okay, there's many things happening, guys, as I'm reading chat, and there's many elements and key terms that Hex Harper just pointed out. Right, I will go through that for all you hopeful DMs out there, dungeon masters out there. All right, so something new is called loot the body. Right, it's a term that will be commonly used in any role-playing game, and it's a funny term, I think, because right, loot the body. Right, so the loot the body. All right, so I have a secret chart. Right, I have a secret chart, and it's you get to roll a d20 on my secret chart, right, and you get to loot the body. So first of all, let's see, the loot the body. Now it's a skill. Let me go check first. The loot the body. All right, let me see. The loot the body. Now there's many ways to do the loot the body. There's some dungeon masters will let you roll like an investigation skill. The result will tell the dungeon master, like, you know, what loot is discovered. I like to do charts and stuff. What? Playing my flute when I loot that dead kid's body. What? Right, so I like using charts, right? So, depending on the chart, I have like a small to big, for example. Now, because this is a zombie, now as a dungeon master, right? So this is how I'm designing my Arctic zombies, right? Because the zombies are more older, right? That means there's going to be lesser chance, like lesser loots, which means because things have fallen off their bodies and stuff like that, right? So there's a chart that's like a D20 chart where there's a chance you could get a lot of loot, but let's just say it's a D6. So our dice will roll D6, see what they find when they loot the body. All right, you found 3 things. All right, so I will put it in here in your character sheet. All right, so I will roll a D6, right? Because in my chart I have something here, so Arthas would roll a D6. All right, so there's 3 things he found. The first thing he found is a D6. All right, you found 2 gold pieces. So let's put that in the chart. Right, so you have money. So you have 15 copper pieces right now, right? And then you found here, we'll put in your chart 2 gold pieces. Right, you found 2 gold coins. Right? And then for these the other 2 items, Arthas will get to roll on a d6 because it's lesser items there's lesser for the dungeon master that the player doesn't know. The body doesn't have a lot of stuff attached to it, right? But the player doesn't know. So I'm just sharing you like what it's like, both points of views with player and dungeon master, because this is our session 0. Session 0 for me is transparency between the player and the dungeon master, so that way we could both understand the game, at the same time learn the game, and at the same time I'm having fun. At least I'm hoping you guys are having fun too. Okay, so Arthas would have rolled, he will roll 2d6s. Right, so ooh, he rolled a 6. Oh, for the 6 for me in my chart, he found a torch. So he found 1 torch, and for the 2, oh, here we go. And for the 2, he found 2 arrows. Right, so he rolled 2. So I'll put here. All right, so you have currently 19 arrows because you used 1, but you found 2, and they're in good condition. So that would be 19, 20, 21. So you have 21 arrows now, and you found 1 torch. Let me put that in your bio. I'll put it under treasures, and you put here one torch. Now, torches usually when they're lit, I like to just say that it will last for that session as long as it's lit. Torches are, to me, they're like one-use kind of things. You know, you don't like, but that's not to say, but that's okay. Other dungeon masters might want to have a torch that could, you know, be used multiple times, the same 1 torch that's used multiple times. But I like to make torches one-use. You know, because think of it like a match. When you light a match, right, it literally like burns itself out. So the torch will eventually burn itself out, you know, after usage and stuff. So you have 1 torch, 2 gold coins, and you found 2 arrows. All right, pretty good, pretty good. What do you guys want to do? All right. Oh, Hex said, check the surroundings again, and if there's no sign of a camp or something, dig another hidey hole for the night. Right, so it's a good thing that he pointed that out, because it's up to the players, to kind of gauge the time of day. So as a dungeon master, I'm secretly keeping track of time, right? So he used keywords. Check the signs of, you know, for no camp, but basically check surroundings, which is, to me, and it is a skill that you will be using a lot, and it's called the investigation skill, or let me see if there's something else better. There's, all right, perception skill, to see if there's any signs of a village that you remember that you were being force marched to, and in conjunction with what the orcs were talking about, and that the orcs were not carrying like supplies, that there's a village nearby, or a place of safety. You could make a perception check, or you could make let's make a perception check. You'll be using perception. Perception and investigation are both +3, so you're still gonna get the same +3 modifier for your roll. So let's make a perception check. So you'll make a perception check using a d20 +3. I have a certain target number. 10 is the default. You could raise it in increments of 5. So 10, 15, or 20. 10 is normal because we're in a normal situation right now. Oh my god! What? The critical roll! Alright, you made a critical perception check. Right? So as a dungeon master, I like to reward the players because these are really high rolls. So to make it easy in terms of organization for all you hopeful dungeon masters, I like to think of it in the rule of 3, right? Let's just say if you made a good perception roll, you get 1 good thing. But because you rolled a difficult, it's difficult to roll crits. I don't know why you guys, for some crazy reason, playing with you guys, you're getting a lot of crit rolls this session. It's never really happened when, like I play IRL D&D games and I play online D&D games, but off stream. And you know, we rarely get like crit rolls. But then I decide to stream a game with chat, and then like you guys are getting crit. That's cheating. The dice. What the frick, you guys? You chat, you're cheating. You're cheating. Anyways, all kidding aside, I think of rule of three. So you get three. You get three things because of this wonderful success. So the first one, right? In the distance. Okay, so imagine you're looking across like a barren, snowy landscape, right? When you look 360, you are surrounded by like kind of like a glow. There's a glow in the horizon, but off toward the east, there is like a slight. You could see like the flicker of light. You could see the flicker of like tiny light in the distance. All right, so that's the first one you get. The second one is it seems to be getting dark and the temperature started to spike. It started to spike colder. It's starting to get a little bit colder, and the whatever lighting you have, even though it's gray, white, cold, is beginning to get a little bit darker now. Third one that you get is, you know, you want to look. You're looking around. You're choosing. Do you want to make camp for now, or do you want to press on? So I'll leave that up to you guys. What do you want to do? I wish I could make the map bigger to make you could see your token. You want to see your token while you guys are deciding? This is your token, guys. That's you. Alright, that's Chatega. That's Chatunga. Chatunga Chak Chak. This. Chatunga Chak Chak. Well, if the coast is clear and there's nothing else, let's make camp. Alright, so you make camp. Oh, next to that dead body too? Gross. And so you make camp. You know, I would say, you know what? I'll move here in the brush. And I'll make camp. Whoops. I don't want to be near that body. Right, I'll make camp right here. At least you have you're in the cover of the shrubbery, and you have a 360 to see if there's anything weirds coming around and stuff like that. Okay, do I have anything? All right, so hold on, guys. I got to go pee-pees. All right, so we're making camp. And then we'll go to, we'll continue the story. I have to go pee-pees, guys. I have to go pee-pees. Before I go, I just want to say thank you, everybody, for participating in my D&D Session 0 for beginners, both as a player and a dungeon master, you know, session. So thank you for keeping me company. I hope that you guys are having fun and enjoying the stream. Thank you so much for the participation. Thank you so much for participating, Arthice and Hex. Oh my gosh, I didn't know what was gonna happen. You know, I didn't know if anyone was gonna be interested in trying to play, but I hope that you guys are having fun too and learning. I know that you guys are veterans. I know Arthice and Hex are veteran D&D players, so I hope that it's entertaining because. You know, I know that you want to play you want to play an actual session, but you never know, guys. You never know. Okay, guys, I will BRB. I will BRB. Alright guys, we are back. We are back. Thank you for your patience, everybody. Thank you so much for your patience. Let me know if the wind is too loud and stuff. I could lower, adjust the wind. Alright. Alright, so you make camp for the night. Alright, Chatunga. Chatunga. Right, I'll lower the... Okay, here we go. Just adjusting the sound. Unfortunately, I gotta get ready to go lunch with a friend. I hope you all have that. All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Hex. Thank you for participating. I hope you had fun. I hope you had fun for session 0. You know, maybe we'll play like an actual game. Maybe we'll see. We'll see. I would love to play a game with you guys. All right, let me get this here. All right, so as you settle for camp. As you settle for the night in your makeshift Minecraft hole in the snow, keeping warmth and things, your mind drifts into sleep and slumber and dream. You remember stories of what happened long ago about a group of heroes that were trying to return some sort of artifact into like a mountain called the Mountain of Doom or something like that, where if they were able to destroy this horrible artifact of evil, throw it into some lava pits, you know, the world would be saved. But that fellowship of heroes failed, and then that the world has turned upside down. You dream of things that you have seen. You have seen villages under attack by orcs, and the people becoming enslaved, becoming food, becoming used as things for like horrible things. You also think about the stories that you were told when you were little about like beware the Dark Lords. Beware the Dark Lords, the 4 Dark Lords that control Middle Earth. And the lords that you know, there's one that's Earth, Wind, Air, and Fire. And then there's the High Dark Lord that sits in the Mountain of Doom, somewhere in the south. Many peoples of the Middle Earth have united to try to fight against this inevitable doom. The inevitable doom. You know, men from Gondor, men from Rivendell, elves from Rivendell, the dwarves, you know, from their underground keeps. But you don't know if there's any resistance left at all. It's been many years. Many years. And then you slowly wake up, and it is morning once again. Alright, chat. We're almost done with the session, you know, and we'll see what happens. Do you want to continue eastward? Dun, dun, dun. Alright, let's just say for now that you guys want to move. Continue eastward. Alright, so let's just say you chose to move eastward. And you move into the shrubbery. Right, do you want to do that leap? Do you want to do that leap? That leap is... Oh my gosh. Alright, Arthais. Guys, I just realized that leap could be used every turn. But the thing is, the distance is so great. It's 25 feet. That's like... Alright, so in Dungeons and Dragons, you're gonna play on a battle map. The battle map has squares. So each square represents like one segment of movement. So you technically move 6 feet, I think. And then that's like 6 squares on a battle map. So a grung, the frog race that you guys are, can jump 25 feet without a running start. That's literally 25 squares of movement. So I think in Arthais, I know that Arthais likes to leap. I think Arthais likes to leap. So let's leap. Let's leap here. We could literally leap across this whole map. Like this Right here, what you can see on the screen, like right here. I say let's leap. We're gonna make a leap. We don't have to make a roll. All right. Ribbit, 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 ribbit. In your mind's eye, you hear ribbit, 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 ribbit. And that spring sound, like that cartoon, that boing, 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 boing. Right, you leap and you land here. Boosh. You land right there. Let me. All right, you land right there. And there's like a off in the distance. All right. We'll make it. All right, so you guys know how to survive the woods. You make that stealth check, right? So the stealth check, you get a stealth check with, I think, what was it, guys? Was it plus 5? Stealth plus 5. Right, so make a stealth check when you land. So we roll d20 plus 5, and that's your stealth target number. Oh my god, you guys, what the heck? You guys rolling so good. So it's a 16 plus 5, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So I will mark on your character. So you would mark somewhere on your sheet. You have a 21 stealth. So meanwhile, now I will, as a DM, the Dungeon Master, I will secretly roll against that 21, your stealth number. Right? So since I'm not actively looking, it's just, I mean, there's no way if I roll a critical, that'll be funny. Let's see. Crit. Ooh, so close. 16. All right. It's just meandering. The zombie's meandering. All right, so it's cold. It's bitter. It's cold. All right, now, so because we're doing traveling, right? I like to give options. If the player wants to learn more about the world, so I could give like little clues. So there's things, you have things in your skills where you could do a history check. So if you want to learn more about the world, if you're curious, there's something where there's an arcana check, right? So you can make some of these skills. So the arcana check is, I could give you, it's not just about like, is an item magical, but what do you have lore in the world that pertains to arcana, right? So there's many things here we could try while we travel. So usually you get one skill check. Let's see, there's a nature check, right? You can make a nature check if you want to look at your surroundings and see, if there's tracks, or, if you're heading the right way, there's many options. There's even a religion check. If you make that check, I could give you more information about the world building. So is there anything that you would like to learn about the world, or is my description, so players could be different. Maybe, some players might find this traveling and dodging the zombies, could be exciting and stuff. There are some players who like to note take. They want to get as many notes as possible. There are some players that like to world build. They want to know more about, the clues I'm giving is not enough. So we'd like to learn more. Okay. So Artice wants to learn more. That's the key term. So let's go through all the options so you guys could get an understanding of what these like skills are. It's overwhelming when you're new. Like, what is acrobatics, the arcana, blah, blah, what is this? So let's make an arcana check, right? There's a +1. So let's go down the line, right? So not to say that we're going to do, like, as a player, you're not going to go through all of them, through the turn, but there might be different players that, all you wizard types, all you wizard players out there might want to do arcana checks. So you could do an arcana check. So let's say arcana check is +1. So if you were a wizard, you would probably want to make an arcana check. And arcana check, remember, to me, it's not just seeing if a sword is magical, if the water in that bottle is a potion. Arcana in general, to me, is any knowledge pertaining to magic. So you get a +1. So Artice would roll, chat would roll. All right, you made a 12. Right, so 1, so arcana. So Let me think. What would be cool? So you know that the world, the result of this post-apocalyptic, of the Middle Earth, becoming a post-apocalyptic fantasy wasteland, is the result of the failure of the Fellowship to destroy the One Ring. The One Ring exists in this world, and you know that it is a bane. The culture of the Grungs have been there's not a lot of Grungs left. Most of the communities have been culled by orcs, and by the Dark Lord Masters of the new Dark Lord Masters of Middle Earth. So the one thing that everybody in this world knows is that the ring is the bane of the world. If somehow that ring could be destroyed, there's hope that Middle Earth could recover and heal itself. Because not only are the people suffering, the land is suffering. Right, so that's how I would do Arcana. Every DM is different. All right, let's just say you wanted to do a history check. Right, you wanted to do a history check. So you have a history of +1. Right, the target number is 10. Let's see if you make a history check. Right, you made a 12. So the history I would offer is, all right, let's do this. So here's a history check. I'll do one thing. So let's go to the map. All right, let's go to the map. Let me shrink this down. All right, so this is the map of Middle Earth. Right, so you're located up in the north near Arnor. Right, so near Arnor. So let's just say that Grung communities are situated along the coastline of Middle Earth. Right, so let's just share that. Right, so let's get acquainted with the land of Middle Earth. So this is Rohan, where the Rohirrim is. There's Gondor, right? It's in the south. Right, so let me shrink. So Gondor is on the south right here. Right, we know that Mordor is right there, on the right side, bottom right. Right, we know that's where the quote-unquote the Mount Doom is. Right, so for the history check, right, let's just say, let me see. I would choose as a DM that that it's called the Scouring of the Shire. So you know that the Shire has been scoured. Right, so that would be 1. I would give you 1 history check. If other players roll history check, I would give each player a little bit of the world building. So let's just say that you know that going south toward the Shire is extremely dangerous, right? So you know that the area surrounding of the Shire is, the Shire has been scoured. Right, so that's one piece of world building, right? Another one, that the ring exists. It hasn't been destroyed by the Fellowship, which means you don't know if the Fellowship exists in this world, right? Remember, 300 years have passed, and maybe there might be a special guest star that you guys might like to meet. All right, so let's go back to let's go back to here. So that's history. If you want to make a history. All right, so let me see. Where did you go? Oh, there you are. Let me put you back in here. All right, so that's an example of a history check. All right, so some players, they want to learn about, let's see. Right, maybe you want to do a nature check. Right, so there's a nature check skill. So your nature, right, Chatunga's nature is a +1. All right, so you would roll a d20 +1. Ooh, you almost rolled a failure! You almost rolled a failure! Okay, oh, so close. So close. Right, so 13 +1 is 14 for your nature check. Alright. You see signs of footprints that lead east. You've noticed like signs here and there throughout your explorations and movement, you notice like little tiny things, right? So with what you've learned, with what the guards talked about to each other, the conversations with the guards, you've also, in conjunction with they're lightly equipped. They don't carry like food backpacks, right? There's a lot of zombie undead activity in this area, but there's also like orc patrols. And looking at the sky, right, you could see that there's a wind blowing, and you could sense a smell. There's like a smell like of, how should I say, ash in the air, and it's getting you didn't notice it at first, but as you keep heading east, the smell becomes, you can now sense the presence of like an ash in the air, which indicates like maybe a campfire. There is light through the trees and through the spaces of the trees, and you notice like footprints you notice footprints, not the shambling footprints that maybe other patrols have, walked in this area or patrolled in this area. That would be like a nature check. Another one that you might want to try is, let's see, for example, right, you can make a religion check. You want to know religion in, like, you have a question about religion in this world building. So your religion is +1. Right, so you would roll a d20 +1 for a religion check. So you rolled a 16 +1, 17. All right, so there is the one religion that you know of. It's the religion of the ring. There are settlements, human settlements, elven settlements, dwarven settlements, grung settlements, halfling settlements. There are settlements that were granted to live, provided they do labor and provide for the Dark Lord, the new Dark Lord that sits in the Mountain of Doom in Mordor. He has 4 new Dark Lord, new generals that govern Middle Earth, and that the religion now that the people are forced to follow, or penalty of death, or to be eaten or turned to soup, is the religion of the ring. So now it's called the religion of the ring. And everyone, if you blaspheme against the religion of the ring and somebody overhears it, it is known that people have turned in other people for speaking out against the religion of the ring. And those people will either, they disappear and get turned to soup. They get turned to soup because the land, the creatures, nature's creatures and abundance has slowly dwindled over time, where it's very difficult to find like deer, chickens, fish in order to eat, right? You have heard that some communities have turned to cannibalism because of the religion of the ring. So that's one world building clue to add for a skill, for these skills. So we went through many examples. There's many more. There's a medicinal skill. There's a performance skill. There's a survival skill. There's insight. We could learn, you will learn that over time. You guys will learn that over time. Don't overload yourself. I've given some good examples to give flavor to the game and hopefully to make it also fun for you guys. All right, so meanwhile, shall we continue Chatunga? Shall we continue eastward? This jumping, oh my god, this jumping is crazy. You could literally jump, oh my god, every turn. This is nuts. But the thing is, remember guys, you only have so much space for the map. If you're doing this jumping grung ability in IRL on a map, you could literally jump off the map. which I don't know, which wouldn't be fun. But since we're playing, you know, virtually, I thank God I have a big map. All right, let's just say let's continue. We jump. Ribbit, 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 ribbit. Boing, 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 boing. You hear that in your you hear that in your mind's ear. Boing, boing, and you'll land right here. Bloosh, right in that tree. I think that's 25 right here. Bloosh. Puff of smoke. All right. Uh-oh, you land right in front of a zombie. Right, so we'll make a stealth check. Right, we'll do this. Right, we'll disappear this. And then we'll make a new one. So your stealth is +5. You get an 8 +5. 8. Boing, boing. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So you have a 13. All right. Right, stealth is not as good. Right, as you land, you broke some branches. You stepped on some twigs. A tuft of snow like puffed out, poof, and you know you have a 13. Oh, let's see. Will this zombo hear it? Will your sound waves? Will it hear your boop 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 your crashing sounds? I roll d20. All right, there's no bonus. I just have to beat a 13. Oh yes! We beat a 13! Da, 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 da. This is the surprise round. Alright? The surprise round. Just as you landed. Zombie out of nowhere comes and does a melee attack. Right, meanwhile, let me move this. Let me center this here so you guys can see. Alright, this is a surprise round. So it's basically the monsters get a free turn. Right, so let's look at Chatunga's armor class. So your armor class is 15. You're wearing leather studded armor. So I have to match or beat a 15 in order to successfully attack you. Right, so he's going for a bite attack. Right, there's no bonus. So if I beat a 15, here we go, guys. He opens his mouth and bites attack. Right, the bite attack, d6 damage. You get 3 points of damage. Right, so I will mark here on your character. Right, you have 24 maximum hit points. Wait, you know what? So 24 minus 3, that's what? 20, 21? So 21. You have 21 hit points. Right. It bites. Now we go for the initiative. Right. So remember there was one moment where I chose not to do an initiative after the surprise round because Cat, because you guys, Arthice suggested a jump, death from above jump, which made me laugh so much that I said, you know what, I'll let it. I'm gonna let the player continue the flow of the story. Now, but in this one, let's just say, for example, I'm choosing the initiative round. So I will roll for the monsters, right? So now we're going to actual combat. This is the surprise round is over. You got surprise attack, you got bit in the neck, and you got 3 points of bite damage. All right, zombie gets a 9. All right, and then Chatunga, I think Hex mentioned that you have a +3 to your initiative. So you just have to beat a 9, right? I mean, what are the chances you're gonna roll a 1, right? So you roll a d20 +3, 10, 11, 12, 13. Right, you get the first move. All right, so what do you want to do, Chant? Do you want to go into that close combat, hand-to-hand attack? Or do you want to... Well, you are in close combat. All right, close combat. Or you could do this, Arthice. You have this ability... Right, you have an ability called Cunning Action. You could take a bonus action in order to disengage and allow you to do a jump. That's, you know what, that jumping All right, so right, I'm gonna pause the game a little bit because this is I'm still pleasantly surprised about this. So art dice and guys, the Grung race. If you play a rogue, you could use your bonus action to disengage, right? Which means you don't suffer an automatic attack. You basically disengage and safely not get attacked back for free. I forgot what it's called, guys. When you move away from close combat, you get the monster gets a free attack as you retreat. But a disengage is you're carefully moving away from the monster, and you're not going to get penalized with that free getting a free attack against you. I forgot what it was called. There's a term. I can't think of it right now. If you guys know what it is. Oh yeah, you don't get an opportunity attack. You don't give an opportunity attack toward the monster. So I was thinking, right, so I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, about the jumping. So you could disengage and then go into jump 25 feet away from combat. That's basically like you're like clearing wide areas. So I don't know. I would say, do you guys want to do that? You guys want to suggest? I suggest that. So we could do that. Disengage. It's part of your character. So let's go look at it again. For those of you who are wondering what I'm talking about. So there's something called cunning action. Your quick thinking and agility allows you to move and act quickly. You can take a bonus action on each of your turn in combat. So you're in combat, right? You guys get to move first, and this action can be used to take a dash, disengage, or hide action. So a dash is you could move, I think you could move 6 away without causing an opportunity attack. Now this is part of the cunning action, and it's a bonus action. So you do your bonus action. Basically, you get 1 free action to do cunning action, and then you still get your turn, which is the jump. Oh my god, that's crazy. I just think about it. You could literally like survive. You know what? You could survive in this post-apocalyptic fantastical Middle Earth, like a apocalypse Middle Earth. All right, I'm gonna make the call, guys. I'll do this. What do you guys think? We're gonna do cunning action as a bonus action. Cunning action, disengage, and then for our move action, we're going to do the frog jump. All right, so we're gonna do frog jump, and let me see. Let's head east. All right, and we're gonna jump. Here we go. And in your mind's eyes. Boing, 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 boing. Ribbit, 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 ribbit. You jump. I think that's 25. I don't have my thing. And then you land right there. Poof. In the tuft of snow. Right, so let's remove the stealth for now. And then... Alright, you escape the clutches. Alright, you're bleeding a little bit. Alright, let me see. Let me just check. Hold on. Alright. I have errands to do. So I'm gonna be... Oh, I'm having fun. I have to wind the stream. I'm gonna be winding the stream down. Let me see, how far are you? Oh! Okay! Alright. This first session is almost over. The first session. I can't believe this. You guys made it. Like, this map is huge, guys. I didn't even think you guys could travel. Alright, do you want to continue? The coast seems clear. Alright. Alright, guys. The coast is clear. So another jump. You could definitely leave the map. Alright, so let's just say you do the jump. Boing, 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 boing. Okay, you're here. And then there. That's the edge of the map. And you have... Alright, so this part of the chapter is over. So as you move further eastward, you notice something. Here, I can show you the map. Should I show you the map or continue the story first? Yeah, I want to show you how big the map is. Okay, hold on. I'll show you how big. Look how big this map is that you guys... It's bigger than what would be on a table. You traveled All right, this map is huge. You guys are playing my huge maps. This is how huge the map is, guys. Crazy, crazy. You travel from way up there all the way. All right, so let me go back here. All right, continuing. All right, continuing eastward. You break through an open clearing, and in the distance, you see. Put this here. Shrink this. And in the distance, you see a village. The village is, there's maybe one or two lights is what attracted you to the village. But you finally found the village where you were being force marched to. Off in the distance, hanging in the trees, you see humanoid bodies. Hanging here, there, in certain, little pockets of buildings. You see like a man and a wife hanging on a tree on the left. Maybe there's a child hanging like on what looks like a church. Some of the buildings...
Drink water, you dehydrated bitch!
Oh, you scared me! You scared me, feminine! Alright, let me drink. Oh my god, you scared me. You scared me, cinnamon. Right, so the village before you is vast. Some of the buildings, you notice that some of the buildings are burned down. Some buildings are half destroyed. There are no new buildings around. Everything looks post-apocalyptic. So you see a post-apocalyptic Middle-earth fantastical village before you. And that's where we'll end this session. Right, so you see bodies hanging on certain trees. You see like skeletal remains in certain pockets along the roads, the muddied snowy roads that wind within this village, the village of the damned. And there you go, guys. And we will end this session 0. We could continue, I really want to continue, guys. I have more after this chapter, but I have to wind the stream down. I have gonna do some errands, and then we'll come back to do some Minecrafting. All right, guys, what do you think so far? What do you think so far of the D&Cringe? Let's go back to the D&Cringe. All right, we go here. All right, let me cut the music. All right, what do you guys think? Let me shrink this here. All right, D&Cringe. All right. All right, we'll end the session there. All right, so nice, short, beginning. This is what's called session 0, where I like to be very transparent with new players, learning how to play the game, learning what it's like, what it feels like. As a dungeon master, the skill of to be improvisational, especially in terms of storytelling, is very challenging. I have notes that I have, and it's very basic notes, right? I have something where I have an idea for the backstory, the world building that I want to do. The world that I wanted was, what if Frodo never threw the ring in the lava in Mount Doom and put the ring on instead? And then we moved 300 years forward and we found out, I like that idea I love the idea of a post-apocalyptic Middle Earth, right? So it makes it challenging, right? I don't have to, I'm using lore that is easily recognizable, but I'm twisting it. I love that idea. And I hope that you guys like that idea too. I love twisting like mainstream stories, especially if they're fantasy stories, and just doing that a little bit of a twist to make it fun to play in that world. So you guys are playing in this is a 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons, the campaign world. If you guys want to continue, we are playing in Middle Earth, a post-apocalyptic Middle Earth where the Fellowship of the Ring failed to destroy the ring. And chat is playing a character that is this. So you guys are playing a grung, my favorite of the races. I love the tiny. I love being small. I love halflings, and I love grungs. I love grungs, especially the grungs. So you guys are playing the green character, and the character is Chatunga Chak. And there we go, guys. What do you guys think? And thank you for popping in, Simonin. Thank you for popping in. And that's it, guys. We're going to wind the stream down. That was our session 0. I have other ideas. I have an idea for, I like to call it the session 0 D&Cringe games, or the D&Cringe session. And what I wanted to do is I want to play different types of role-playing games, session 0 style. So the next one I want to do is like a space game, a science fiction game, or maybe you guys want to do a Star Wars. I wanna play the Star Wars. I think it's called the Wizards of the Coast put out a Star Wars role-playing game. I think it's called Star Wars Saga, and I want to share that experience with you with chat at playing in a Star Wars game. So I have ideas, either Star Wars. I want to do a Fury Road, a Mad Max role-playing game, and I want to use the Savage Worlds rules. So this is a good opportunity to showcase different rules and different styles of play with the many variations of role-playing games out there. What? I just woke up. Thank you for popping in, guys. Thank you, Hex and Artice, for participating in the game. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate this. Thank you so much, Artice. This was fun. I had a great time, and I'm curious to, I'm gonna have to watch back the VOD to see, because I don't really remember now, because I was so nervous. I still am, but I was so nervous, like, doing this game, that I hope that I didn't come off as too much of a bungling dungeon master. I hope. Thank you so much, Artice. All right, guys, let's get into the pumpkin patch, and we'll wind the stream down, everybody. We'll wind the stream down. Okay. Oh, let me stretch my back. Let me stretch. I have errands to do, and then we'll come back. Oh, my back. Man, I had fun. This was fun, guys. I had fun. I hope that you guys had fun too. So I know that you have like your own thoughts and questions and stuff. So as I'm winding the stream down, if you have any questions, thoughts, please put it in the chat. I want to say, first off, big thank you to Hex, Harper, and Artice for participating. I really am very grateful. You have no idea. I didn't know what to expect, but I had, I was gonna do the stream kind of like informational, kind of, but at least we got a chance to have some fun. I had fun with you guys. Chat had a chance to have fun with me, playing the game, playing our first session 0 beginner for Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. And I hope that you guys got to see my 3D dice roll. I thought that was cool. Man, I can't wait to see what it looks like. Oh, sorry about that, Cinnamon. Oh, Cinnamon. Oh, so sorry. I'm sorry. But maybe we'll catch another D&D stream together. Maybe. All right, so will it be D&D 5th edition? Will it be a Star Wars? Will it be a Mad Max Fury Road? You know what? I think that would be cool to play. I think that will be a cool session 0 for beginners. I think that might be really cool. I'm gravitating towards Star Wars, and I'm gravitating toward a Mad Max. Or maybe we could do like Dungeons and Dragons meets Mad Max Fury Road. Whoa. Whoa, that would be good, wouldn't that? Whoa. How about this? Or maybe we could do a My Little Pony. That would be... All right, you guys, there is a My Little Pony 5th edition rules supplement where I could roll up a pony character that will represent chat, and we could play in the world of friendship and magic. But here's the twist, okay? Using the Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition rules, you guys will play in My Little Pony meets a post-apocalyptic My Little Pony. I just realized, isn't there like, you know what, you guys notice that there's a theme that's threading throughout the type of role-playing games I like? You guys notice that? You guys, My Little Pony meets The Walking Pony. I mean, The Walking Dead. Dun 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 dun. But anyways, guys, right? So that's enough. That's enough seeds to drop in your bowls of imagination. So hopefully, for those of you who are new, and wanting to learn, hopefully you get a chance to experience it. What it's like. It may not be, it may not be perfect. It is cringe, but at least you have an idea now. The thoughts behind a dungeon master, the thoughts, what it's like being a player. Let me see what else. The dice involved, how to read your character sheet, and hopefully it wasn't too overwhelming. I had extreme fun. This was really fun. I could keep going, to be honest, but I have errands to do, and this is a session 0, so this is just like a beginner session. So we'll see if we'll do more sessions. I want to do more, but I just have to figure out what type of genre that I'd like to share with everybody. All right, guys, want to say thank you everybody for taking time out of your Sunday relaxed day. Sunday's supposed to be your relaxed day. Thank you for taking time out to keep me company here in the cringe. I hope you enjoyed the stream, but more importantly, I hope that you're having a great day. All right, guys, gonna wind the stream down, and I hope to see you guys next time. Okay, remember to take care of yourself and take care of each other, and to keep on gaming on. Okay, guys, so long, farewell. It's time to say goodbye. 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 Good. Bye. Have a wonderful rest of the day, and I hope to see everybody next stream. Lovers!
I can see the pain living in your eyes, and I know how hard you try. You deserve to have so much more. I can feel your heart and I sympathize, and I'll never criticize all you've ever meant to my life. I don't wanna let you down, I don't wanna lead you on, I don't wanna hold you back from where you might belong. You would never ask me why my deserve the chance at the kind of love I'm not sure I'm worthy of. Losing you is painful to me. I don't wanna let you down. I don't wanna lead you on. I don't wanna hold you back from where you might belong. You would never ask me why. My heart is so disguised. I just can't live a lie anymore. I would rather hurt myself than to ever make you cry. There's nothing left to say.